Okay, let me give y'all some information on how the dragon seduces people and how he is so successful at it. First, he starts out by telling you that you must love each other, that it is important to love one another, and to deal with each other with compassion and goodness. Now, this is all godly at this point, but let me now show you where the seduction, misleading, and lies and apostasy happen. Once the dragon has you firmly believing that he is kind and a benevolent being, he will start mixing the truth with lies. He will start twisting his information for you to hear what the flesh always wants to hear. And this is how he tempts you into corrupting yourself. He does this by giving you an option that the flesh will agree to and decide that this new option is the best way to do things, since three of the things that the flesh desires most are pleasure, joy, and comfort. It is easy for the dragon to pull this off. After a person has tried loving others unconditionally for a very short time, then they begin to see how difficult it is to have unconditional love. Since the love that God and Jesus give us is unconditional, there's nothing that we can do to lose that love. And this is what they teach us in the Bible. However, too many modern day wolves passing themselves off as godly men have taken this knowledge away from their flocks and have corrupted it with a satanic version instead. So again, I said that initially the dragon will preach that we should love each other and treat each other with compassion. But at this point, once you start finding out that it's a little bit more difficult than what it sounds like, he has a condition that is sure to entice the flesh. He will tell you, have you noticed that you have been loving your brother for a long time now? He doesn't seem to appreciate it. He lies to you, gets you to do things for him and his family without ever thinking about how it is affecting you, nor does he ever repay you or do anything nice for you. So you should realize that your brother's not worthy of your love. So you can go on loving everyone else, just not your brother. Very simple beginning to a very big lie. And this is how he is so effective, by starting slow and corrupting slowly at first. He will follow up that message with, remember when you lent your friend a couple $100 and she never thanked you or repaid you, but instead spread rumors about you to all y'all's mutual friends and family? She's not worthy of your love either. So love everyone else, just not your brother and your friend. He will slowly add more and more conditions on why not to love others as well. He will keep using these tactics until he pretty much has indoctrinated and corrupted your flesh by giving it what it wants: comfort, pleasure, and joy. Once he has convinced you of all the people that are not worthy of your love, then he will throw in the hook to make you completely his. He will start teaching you about the tenets of Satanism, which is to do good only to those that deserve you doing good to them, and the ones that will reciprocate the good you give them in kind or better. Since it is important that your flesh remain calm, peaceful, and be in comfort and feel joy and pleasure every moment of its life, then it is best to avoid people that do not deserve compassion and love from you, but instead associate with people that think like you. And that's the message he will give you. Since the dragon believes in natural law, he also wants his proselytes to know this way of existence. The natural law is the law of nature, which is survival of the fittest, so that anyone who gives you discomfort or the potential for you not to be your happiest or in your maximum pleasure and calmness, these people must be eradicated from your life or life itself, without any remorse or feelings of having caused any harm, because they deserved it. He will convince you that he is tolerant of all the people that the churches now find intolerable. But he will not tell you the truth, that it is his own ministers that are teaching intolerance to their congregations. They are also teaching them to hate those who do not think as they do. Sounds familiar? and therefore are not worthy of love or compassion because they are not good like modern Christians are. Sounds familiar? How dangerous is this belief that you are good? Well, let's look at Jesus for this answer. Even he would not accept the title of being called good. Instead, he said, only God is good. Yet, I constantly hear Christians calling themselves good all the time. They praise themselves with it. I am a good Christian. Oh, I do very much good in this world. They give that title to themselves. And Jesus didn't accept it when somebody else was trying to give it to him. So, now the biggest myth that he will give his proselytes is that we are all gods or godlike, and God doesn't really exist except as a force known as the universe, that anyone can tap into and be a god themselves. The truth is that God created the universe, which is himself. God is the beginning with no end, and he is all that he created. So all of us have God in us, but we are not gods. Now, because God is the God of the living, and since we are living, we cannot be our own gods, because God is only the God of the living. So that precludes us from being able to be our own gods. Okay, now, and if you don't believe me, just try doing just even a minor miracle right now, or even a bigger miracle. Just give yourself whatever you want or need or just desire. Just have it manifest in your hand or in your life just out of nowhere. Cure just one person from being paraplegic. Make someone walk that couldn't before. Heal those with cancer. Cast out demons from people. Surely, if you are a God, you should be able to do those things very easily. It shouldn't even be an issue. Shouldn't even have to concentrate, fast, or do anything to be able to accomplish those things. Now, even the prophets and apostles, which did great works and miracles themselves, never took credit for them, but gave the credit and praise to God. Just one little aside. Someone mentioned, why do all the good people that are good to people and do good for people, why are they always the ones that get hurt the most? And the answer is because nowadays people only do good expecting something in return. Do good without expecting anything, then you will not be hurt. Do good only because it is the correct thing to do, not because you are expecting something in return. If you do good for good sakes, you will not be hurt. It is only when you expect reciprocity, when you expect something in return, that you will be hurt. Because a lot of people you love and are good to will not reciprocate. They won't give it back to you. So just do it for the sake of doing good, and you won't be hurt. Okay, that's all I have. Good night, y'all. God bless.